One of the best places to go in Minnesota, the place to get away and enjoy the views on Lake Superior. But keep in mind, there's some drama to our north, specifically in Duluth, and more specifically in the neighborhood known as Park Point. It involves the people who live there and the woman buying up so many of the properties. That woman is Kathy Cargill, who married into the family and therefore has a lot of money. Over the last several months, she has bought more than 20 properties in Park Point and torn down a whole lot of them. So everybody wanted to know, what you doing, Kathy? Not good or bad, but just why you doing what you're doing? Well, apparently that ticked her off. And she had some choice words to say about the Duluth community for even asking. Here's Heidi Wigdahl.
A Wall Street Journal article from over the weekend asks, why did a billionaire snap up homes on a sandbar in Duluth? The article is talking about Kathy Cargill, the wife of James R. Cargill II, one of the heirs to the Minnesota-based food company Cargill. Kathy's company, North Shore LS, has been buying and often then demolishing homes on Park Point, the longest freshwater sandbar in the world. It's led to a lot of questions. The Wall Street Journal says, quote, it got worse after a local reporter got in touch with Cargill in December. That local reporter,
she didn't really want to share anything with me.
Jimmy Lovren with the Duluth News Tribune.
We kind of first got rumblings of this probably last summer even.
Then in December, Jimmy called Kathy to find out what she was planning.
That's what I wanted from our conversation, but she really did not want to talk about that. She insisted, out of her own privacy and protection, she wasn't going to share that. And then she threatened to sue the paper if anything was printed.
In the article, Kathy said, quote, the homes that we bought were pieces of crap. I couldn't imagine living in any of them.
That quote kind of, I think, maybe set the tone for everything else that has happened the last 3 months.
Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert sent Kathy a letter hoping to discuss her plans on Park Point. Meanwhile, he assured residents the beach would remain public. 2 weeks ago, he spoke with Jana.
My intent in trying to engage her or her team is not adversarial. It's not aggressive in nature. So I think the curiosity has now led to more nervousness.
Mayor Reinert says it's a combo of things, a lack of communication on plans, a tight housing market, and many homes selling above market value.
If you went back to the 1980s, you couldn't get a loan. It was a neighborhood that was not considered desirable. And so, many are longtime Park Point residents have real concerns about being taxed out of their homes, given the valuation increases that we've seen over the last handful of years, and that will certainly come following these purchases.
Kathy told the Wall Street Journal she had planned to build homes for some of her relatives and spruce up the neighborhood, adding a coffee shop and building a complex for pickleball, basketball, and street hockey. But now, she says forget it. Quote, there's another community out there with more welcoming people than that small-minded community, end quote. But it doesn't answer the question of what will happen now.
Are there going to be more? There are 9 homes demolished, 3 are about to be demolished or permitted to be demolished. Sounds like, she had said that people were approaching her, trying to get her to buy their properties. We'll see if that keeps happening.
About the mayor, Kathy said, quote, I think an expression that we all know, don't pee in your Cheerios. Well, he kind of peed in his Cheerios right there. And definitely, I'm not going to do anything to benefit that community. The next day on X, the mayor posted, for the record, I'm more of a pancakes guy.
Kathy told the Wall Street Journal that she didn't think it was anybody's business what she did with the properties. She says she'll continue using her family's vacation home and, quote, those people aren't running me out. I attempted to reach Kathy but was unsuccessful. We also reached out to the mayor's office and were told he would not have further comment on this matter and that he's focused today on the snowstorm in Duluth.